Hi, my name is Roshi, and my question is, what was George Washington's favorite plant?
So the question on the table is, what was Washington's favorite plant? Well, that's not as easy as you might think. I can tell you one thing, it's not a flower. Of all the flowers growing here at Mount Vernon, he never mentions them whatsoever, never mentions one specific flower. But what it could be are vegetables. He loved vegetables. He talks about them often. He actually gets after the gardener for seeming to pay more attention to the flowers than the vegetables. I mean, they were necessary for health and survival. So let's go to trees. In 1776, he talks about planting his groves. In the South Grove, he says, I want to plant all the clever kinds, especially those that bloom. And he mentions crabapple, dogwood, sassafras, laurel, willow. So you have that, and I know he loved trees of all sorts, so you might lean toward a flowering tree of some sort. And then he did actually highlight dogwoods and redbuds. Right over to the south, near the gardener's tool room, he talks about planting a circle of dogwood with a redbud in the center. So you might say dogwood or redbud, but I think Washington's favorite plant would have to be the weeping willow. The weeping willow, as we have right here, this willow on top of this mound, he planted them everywhere. He planted them along his north and south lanes. He planted them in between every forest tree that surrounds the Serpentine Avenue. And then he highlights them here on this little tiny willow mound. So he loved them. He planted hundreds of them. And I think this right here, this example, would have to prove that the weeping willow was probably George Washington's favorite plant.
Click the subscribe button below and the bell icon to get notifications for new videos about George Washington and behind-the-scenes work at Mount Vernon.